Good morning, YouTube. It is early Friday morning, May 27th, 2022, 4:19 p.m. And kind of the whole object of me, well, one of the, objects of me getting my car back was that I wouldn't have to wait at Bullock's for 2 hours to catch a bus, but I've pretty much realized I have no real reason to go home. I mean, there's nothing really good waiting for me there. So it just ends up, I decided it was just more comfortable to stay there and at least enjoy the company of my coworkers at Bullock's Cocktails and work on my music, which I feel like I had a pretty productive little bit of time I spent on that. Added karaoke for the Rollins Band. I don't see anybody at Bullock's singing that, but eventually I should get a show somewhere where somebody will want to sing some Henry Rollins. For the longest time, the only song I've had for Henry Rollins is Liar, and I just added Disconnect and Low Self-Opinion, which are both songs I like a lot. Also added a video for Low Self-Opinion. The sound is not great. Like it's right on the bottom edge of what I could consider doable, but it's a keeper because it's Henry Rollins. Pulled it off of YouTube, super low resolution. I forget the actual resolution, but it was really low resolution and in the wrong aspect ratio. It's kind of pinched in, stretched vertically, and I went ahead and corrected the aspect ratio, and then the audio was a little overdone, so I lowered it a little bit, but essentially just polishing a turd. There wasn't too much I could do to make it particularly good, but it's one of those songs I really want to have a video for, so I also made a version of it at 640 by 480 excuse me, to upload onto YouTube. And it seems like anytime I upload onto YouTube at a lower resolution than that, regardless of the source resolution, it ends up making the sound worse. And I've never understood why YouTube does that, why it degrades sound quality based on video resolution, because it's possible to have a very low resolution video with CD quality sound, but if you don't convert that video to 640 by 480 before you upload it to YouTube, it'll turn that sound into crap. And the sound on this one was already not great, so always everything going on YouTube, always kick it, even if it's sourced lower, I kick it up to 640 by 480. But anyway, I put that on my other YouTube channel. I think it's just called Daniel Lewis. I was going to change the name of that one to Karaoke by Dan, and it just, I don't know. I forget how to do that. And just not enough people paying attention to that channel, including myself, to warrant the effort. So it's Daniel Lewis for now. And it's kind of becoming what my old channel was, without much content or effort, as far as like a handful of random karaoke tracks and some music videos that I sourced that had issues, and then I corrected the issues, and figure if I can, I'll put it back on YouTube just so other people can enjoy them with my edits to improve them. Anyway, that's pretty much all I worked on. Not much really, just the Henry Rollins. I did add MP3s based on the album versions, since that's what the karaoke versions that I have are based on the album versions of Disconnect and also Low Self-Opinion. Never realized that the music videos on both of those well, I should say I never realized the video for Disconnect. I've never seen the video for Low Self Opinion, at least not in a really long time. But I've had the Disconnect video in my library for years, and didn't realize those are both shortened, edited versions of the song. So wanted to listen to MP3s of the full-length versions just to make sure that the karaoke tracks I added are on point, and they seem like they are. Also added karaoke for Big Energy by Lotto, which is the Big Dick Energy song. It's getting so much radio airplay. Every time I pop over to 101.5, it seems like that's what's on. Let's see. Oh, right now they're broadcasting dead air. Well, that's fabulous. Anyway, it seems like every time I turn it over to 101.5, I'm hearing that song, and it's been getting a lot of play on the jukebox over at Bullock's lately. So I've been playing the video, been getting a pretty good crowd response off the video, but surprisingly nobody's asked me to sing it yet. But I got it ready, so I'm sure somebody will. Anyway, that's all I got done. I did have another karaoke track that I saw for Henry Rollins, but for Rollins Band, but I didn't start on it because I figured I didn't really have time. And sure enough, it wasn't too long after I wrapped up the stuff I was doing. Oh, and I also, speaking of Lotto, Big Energy, I added the music video for Mariah Carey Fantasy, which I'm glad I took the effort to do that. Apparently that was re-uploaded by her record label within the last couple of years at a 4K resolution. So looks like a really good quality film transfer. So now granted, I've got it now to where I'm downloading everything in 1080p or up to 1080p. So if it is a 4K video, my downloader is just doing the 1080p version of it. There was a time I was trying to do the 4K stuff, but it just seemed like it just seemed problematic on the hardware and software I have. Yeah, I mean, I'm still running my show at 720p, so it just kind of seemed like overkill to do anything more than 1080p. But I'm glad they didn't crop it, left it at its original 4:3 aspect ratio, which is always a plus. I'm not a fan of 4:3 aspect ratio videos cropped down to 16:9. But yeah, I added that video. The quality's really good on that. I played that tonight as well. It seemed to get a good crowd response. It's one of those throwback songs that now there's a song getting pounded to death on the radio and elsewhere that's based on a sample of it, which is kind of funny. Like it's like musical Inception, because Fantasy itself by Mariah Carey is based on a sample of a cut that Dodge off. Nice maneuver. All right, watching the traffic in front of me cut each other off without turn signals. Yeah, pull in like right behind that vehicle so you can tailgate it. Yeah, that's generally speaking where I just kind of fall back and give everybody just a little more space. Anyway, yeah, you really don't get any place any faster if you tailgate, but if you get in an accident, it fucks your shit up. I don't know why people insist on doing it. Anyway, yeah, Mariah Carey Fantasy based on a sample of the Tom Tom Club. I'm forgetting the name of the song, but their first big hit. So anyway, oh wow, y'all can't see it in the video, but I got a Waymo car. And there it is, letting pass me on the right. So I'm wanting to exit here for 7th Street. Go get myself a Whataburger. Oh, and in case you're curious where I was coming from in that neighborhood, I drove the bar back home. Got thrown a little bit of extra cash to take him home. So yeah, I need every little bit of extra cash I can get, especially since nobody tipped me at all tonight. Cheap bastards. Oh well. So yeah, hardly did any vlogs this week. I don't know. It just feels like my life is in kind of a kind of rut, and I don't know. Just how interesting is the content when it's just me bitching day after day of, oh, I'm driving to Amazon, driving home from Amazon, yeah, boring long night at Amazon. Yeah, girlfriend doesn't want me to touch her. That's my life, which is why it's 4:30 in the morning and I'm still just taking my time driving home, because honestly, if I'm gonna be alone, I'd rather at least be productive using my computer and adding some music to my karaoke library and my music video library and MP3 library than just laying in bed alone, frustrated. I mean, it's not like I'm even sleeping with Priscilla at this point. She sleeps in her nest on the couch, so. Anyway, yeah, I was super depressed when I went in today, but I don't know, it was a pretty positive atmosphere at the show, so that's something. Hang on, I need a freaking burger here.
Good morning, welcome to Whataburger. How can I help you?
Yeah, can I just get a Whataburger with grilled onions?
Whataburger with grilled onions, just a burger?
Yeah, just a burger.
Any cheese on that?
I'm sorry, what?
You want cheese?
Oh, no.
Okay, have your chocolate one. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, I just realized I missed 2 days of getting my sip and save at Circle K. I still feel like I've already got my $6 worth, but still, I should be trying to get that every day. It's nice to at least be able to go through drive-thrus in the middle of the night. It's one of the worst things about riding the bus was just being hungry and looking at places that only would serve people that are able to drive through the drive-thru. Okay. System is updating. It's kind of sad that if she knows what the total is, she can't just, well, I guess, never mind. She needs a system to run my credit card. I was going to run a credit card. Oh, well. So, gosh, what should I mention? What should I talk about? I got, like, nothing on my mind at all other than not really looking forward to going home and being in bed alone. It's not like anybody else is presenting themselves these days. Let's see, light up keyboard that I bought a week ago.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you. So yeah, I bought a light-up keyboard last week at the 99-cent only store, and super disappointed with it the day that I hooked it up. Today's my second day of using it, and I'm kind of warming up to it. I bought it just because it said, light up backlit, light up gaming keyboard. I'm thinking, oh, that'll help me out so much. I'll be able to see see what the letters are in the dark, and it's really dark where I'm set up at Bullock's, and yeah, it doesn't do that. The keycaps are solid. There's backlighting. It's absolutely the worst backlighting I've ever seen on a keyboard in my life. There's basically 5 LEDs underneath the keys, so there's kind of a glow around the keys, but there's 5 LEDs of 3 different colors. One on the right, one on the left, one in the middle are all kind of bright, and then the 2 in between them are kind of dim. It doesn't look good at all. But here's the kicker, and here's where I'm kind of warming up to it. I expected to have really good quality. I expected to have nice backlighting, but probably not a pleasant keyboard. As in, not good mechanical action on the keyboard. Kind of a keyboard snob. For years and years, all I ever used was IBM Model M's, and they're getting hard to come by now, and I'm just not willing to abuse them at my shows anymore. But yeah, I was all about the Model M clicky-clacky keyboards for, God, 20 plus years. I'm not comfortable with mushy keyboards, and there's a certain layout that I want for my my home and cursor keys, as well as my backspace. I use the backspace quite a bit, so it's got to have the larger backspace, not the little itty-bitty square backspace, or it'll drive me nuts. Anyway, this key has the exact keyboard layout that I like, and for an inexpensive keyboard, it has surprisingly really good action. In fact, I think it feels a little bit better than the Dell keyboard I've been using. So I'm really happy with the feel of it, and that's why I've continued to use it, as much of a complete letdown as the backlighting is. So weird, like, what's the point of a backlit keyboard if it doesn't even light up the keycaps, where you can see what the letters are? That just seems like I don't know, just bad design in my book. But it is an overall good keyboard, and I do find that the backlighting on it, as dark as it is, it does actually help me find the keys, even though I can't read the keycaps. Like, I touch type, and I'm able to see my cursor keys, and I'm able to see the outlines of the keys, and that seems to make a difference for me operating it in the dark. So yeah. So that's what's up with that. Oh, here comes my burger. Thank you. Yeah, nice to have some late night food options other than Circle K and QT. Yeah, not really anything else to mention. I didn't get up today and make it to U-Store, so I really don't know for sure if that's where I left my phone. I'm reasonably confident that's where I left my phone, but I'm going at a little over a day now without my phone. But nobody ever calls me or texts me anyway, so it's I shouldn't say nobody, but hardly anybody ever. So I don't really feel like there's much of a loss there. But I really should try and make an effort to get it back tomorrow. I do want to swing by Woodshed too tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be up early enough or that energetic in the morning, but I do kind of want to go by there and see if I can touch base with the manager there. I made a couple of calls and I left a business card, but I don't know, maybe it'll make a difference if I actually talk to a manager. Because I could really use another karaoke show, either on a Friday or a Saturday. Hell, I'd even be happy with both at this point. So I am planning on working at Amazon Saturday night. In fact, I think I even have the opportunity, at least last I checked, I had the opportunity to do Friday night as well, but I don't know, four nights a week of Amazon leaves me really tired and sore. I'm not sure if I've done 5 nights a week or not. Like, I know 1 week, yeah, no, I did do a 5-night week one time, but I know on one of those nights I went home early, so not really early, but a little bit early. But yeah, that tired the hell out of me, so I don't know. I feel like I need at least one night to kind of decompress from it. Not weird, peeking up at the screen on the video I'm shooting, and it makes it look like the sun is really coming up right now, and it is, but the sky is a lot darker than it looks in my video right now. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, yeah, I think that's my agenda for tomorrow. Try to go by my storage, recover my phone, see if I can make it over to Woodshed 2 at a decent hour, and try to hit them up for doing karaoke, and probably swing by Rob, let him know the car's running good, and throw him some cash. I don't really want to throw him much cash because I'm almost the end of the month, and I want to make sure I got enough money to cover my rent. Although Priscilla paid her half of it early. Surprised the shit out of me. I'm not used to that at all. I'm used to having to kind of float it for a few days and kind of bug her about it, getting it around between the 3rd and the 5th. So it's nice to have it early. This time around, she just gave me a separate payment for half the rent and put a note in the PayPal to let her know when the utilities came in. So not really sure how that's going to work since we hardly ever talk anymore, but I guess we'll figure something out. Wow, vehicle on my right has no taillights. I tried to shoot video on the way to Bullocks, but wow, no headlights either. It's daytime running lights, but still, it's not really adequate. So anyway, yeah, I was going to try to shoot video on the way to Bullocks, and got about 25 seconds of video, and then it ran out of space. And I was already driving, so it's like, yeah, I don't have the time. I don't feel like pulling over and deleting anything to make room. Oh, I got tired tonight. I didn't feel like deleting anything to make room, so just and I'm part of me's kind of wishing I had, because I saw an extraordinary amount of people driving on the 202. Just did the usual 202 to the 10 to the 17, and on all 3 freeways I saw a disturbingly large amount of people driving without their headlights on. It just amazes me how many drivers are oblivious to that. Anyway, I should wrap this up. Sorry this has been so painfully boring. I don't really have much of anything to say. My daughter's birthday tomorrow. That's something. Allison will, as of tomorrow, Allison will no longer be a teenager. It's kind of a hard thing to wrap my head around. But I guess everybody becomes old eventually. So kind of bum my ex-wife, her mother's not around for it, but she checked out shortly after Allison turned 14. I don't know, I guess there was a part of me that always thought maybe Daniela and I would work things out, and yeah, that's quite a pipe dream. I never really expected things to go the way they did. So it's my destiny to be lonely at night, and her destiny to be dead. So there you go. Anyway, on that happy note, thanks for coming with on the ride, and thanks for watching.